Automotive reviews, folks. Let's hope Ford handles Bronco's production better than the Reservation website. As people tune in to the digital presentation of the Ford Bronco, some were instantly convinced they needed all new SUV in their lives as soon as possible and headed over to the Reservation website to secure their place in line. It only costs $100 after all, and the starting price of the Bronco is at under $30,000. That wasn't too prohibitive either. So why not? And why not was the phrase uttered by a lot of people that night. So meaning in fact, that Ford website that registered the orders for the Bronco crashed. And according to the drive, that's how it remained for a hefty chunk of time. Surprising, well, it sure did surprise Ford apparently. But if you look at everything about the rebooted SUV, the high demand makes perfect sense. Sure, some people are calling for a nuclear strike on Ford headquarters for offering an SUV in 2020 without at least a hybrid powertrain option. And while you can see what they're coming from, it's worth remembering that this is only the beginning. A hybrid Bronco is still on the cards, as well as many other variations of the model. If that doesn't bother you, then you should be happy to know the Reservation website is now up and running, and always has been since the introduction of the Bronco, which has been in July. Now, it's now up and running, and the surge of the users who assaulted the server that night have little to be worried about. Now, if I were one of those who knows how many reservation holders there were, this suggests that Ford wasn't ready for the demand its new vehicle was met with. Will this translate into production hiccups and delayed deliveries? Well, this is Ford, not Tesla, from 3 years ago. So the likely answer is no. The Blue Oval has plenty of time to get everything ready and have the cute, capable SUV rolling out the assembly line at the required speed to keep everyone happy with the new Ford Bronco. And this is an amazing SUV, folks. I mean, the utilitarian of it and all the different, things that you can get done with it just makes it just makes it unique, makes it nice. And it makes it something that's worth longing for. Everyone in the world is lusting for a Ford Bronco, including myself. But some of us had the audacity to put up the $100. I myself was one of those people worried about their bills and their present car notes that I couldn't fathom even, looking in the direction of a new SUV. But I guess 2022, you never know what could happen. Perhaps I should have put in my deposit. But there's many more things that come because of the SUV will be in such demand. I'm sure Ford dealers are going to be wanting a premium for the SUV on top of the suggested retail price. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what other articles come up, from people receiving their SUVs, and what dealers are willing to just sell you the SUV at the suggested retail price, and what dealers are going to want that premium, because not too many of them are going to be around, like the dealers with the C8 Corvette asking for premiums. And I guess we can anticipate the premium, so for every $10,000, that's $200 on your loan. So basically, that's $200 for 4 years, basically. on top of what you would basically pay. But we hope that's not the case. Let's just keep optimistic and let's just keep hope alive, as they would say. That people will act on their good morals and not upon their greed. And hopefully Ford will do the same thing. And the dealerships will do the same thing and follow suit. Because this is an awesome, awesome SUV, folks. With plenty of good, as you could say, heritage and history behind it. From its first generation being 1966 to 1977, to the second generation being 1978 to 1979 for the Ford Bronco, and then the third generation being 1980 to 1986. And the fourth generation being 1987 and 1991, from the fifth generation being 1992 to 1996. To now, the 2021 generation, which is not here yet, which will be here. I mean, this is just making it awesome. Now we're talking about the different concepts and prototypes that we see. Now, if you remember, in 1966, the prototype was called the Dune Duster. Ford constructed a special Bronco Roadster, a special customized version of the Ford Division 1966 Bronco, the Dune Duster, which was displayed at the auto show, the North American Auto Show. And built in Dearborn, Michigan, at a styling center by Paris Custom in North Hollywood, California. It had a golden Seattle Pearl paint, and it had plenty of modifications to boot. And then in 1970, it had the Bronco Wildflower. And the Wildflower was a specially customized version of the Ford Bronco. Popular four-wheel drive SUV. It was one of the most colorful cars at the show, on display at the automobile show year. And then came the 1973 Big Bronco concepts, which foreshadowed the 1978 Bronco. And the concepts go on and on and on and on. From 1981, the Bronco Montana Lobo, built on 1977 Bronco chassis. It included a pair of expensive plexiglass bubble doors, and removable. It had a vague resemblance of the expensive clear plastic that passed for four weather doors on the Dune Duster. And then came the Bronco DM1. Built on a Ford Escort platform, the DM1 concept was a four-wheel drive concept vehicle. It was the winning design in the Ford sponsored contest for industrial art student. Then in 2004, at the New York Auto Show, they had a concept vehicle you can remember. It's pretty phenomenal. It adopted a short wheelbase, round headlamps, and squared-off roofline. It marked one of the first uses of the 3-bar grille on the Ford vehicles, using a minimalistic exterior design. And it was alongside the Chevy Cobra concept at the same show. And then in 2020 came the Bronco R prototypes. Now, at the 2019 Baja 1000, Ford introduced the Ford Bronco R prototypes with a drivetrain, that has yet to be released. And for a particular reason. They are going to be selling what I've read, they're going to be selling the Bronco are to racing teams as well. Well, Ford did not disclose the details of the engine used on the Bronco R. The only information that was known was that the engine was a twin-turbo EcoBoost engine. And when it came to the four-wheel drive system, the vehicle experienced no issues with muddy sections of the course, while the driver only had to use four-wheel drive with low gearing to get out of the thick mud. So, it was something else. So there was a lot, as far as history and the concepts of the Ford Bronco, and what we're seeing right now are concepts and the pre-production models that they're using for testing. And these are awesome. This is what's to come, folks, of the 2021 Ford Bronco. This is Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.